My story's nothing special, it's much the same as yours. Well, I may be 57 or I might be 24. I might be 9 weeks early or I might be 95. But it isn't the hope and glory that's keeping me alive. Oh yes, it's the ballad of the NHS. Well, a sister from the NHS, she held my mother's hand the day I took my first breath, free at the point of demand. And when I had the measles and when I bashed me knee, a doctor from the NHS fixed me up for free. Oh yes, that's the ballad of the NHS. So though the pound devalues and up the Beatles break, we knew that we could carry on with Matron Hattie Jakes. And it might just be a little prick to you, but not to me. When you're feeling Tom and Dick, you're treated equally. Oh yes, that's the ballad of the NHS. That's the ballad of the NHS. Well, you might be hoity-toity, you might be common as muck, but it shouldn't depend on the money you got and it shouldn't depend on your luck. Everybody's body gets tired, ill, distressed, so everybody's body deserves the very best. Oh yes, the ballad of the NHS. The ballad of the NHS. So here's to all the nurses and paramedic crews, midwives, doctors, porters and the cooks and cleaners too. And I like to see celebrities and politicians do a day's work half as useful or as low paid as you do. Oh yes, that's the ballad of the NHS. The ballad of the NHS. Now a dentist who does NHS is rarer than hen's teeth, and whose bright idea was PFI? I'd rather have Ted Heath. But you'd have to have a death wish to feel safe in Cameron's hands, so we want our NHS back, free at the point of demand. Oh yes, that's the ballad of the NHS. 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 Oh yes. Oh, Matron. That's the ballad of the NHS. Ooh.